Hi, Teyonah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to talk to you today. Okay, tell me about this character you are playing and what appealed to you so much about playing her.
Well, I heard about Monica Rambeau on Twitter when fans started fan casting me as her years ago. And I had no clue who she was. And I looked her up once they started saying, oh, she would be great as Monica. And I was like, whoa, she is a badass. I would love to play this character. Too bad it's probably never going to happen. Like, you'll probably never see the light of day. And then Captain Marvel happened, and Monica Rambeau, as we know, was a young girl in that movie. And then when I got the call to audition, I didn't know it was for that character at all. And then I got it, and I was like, "What?" So it's been crazy. It's been crazy, but it's truly an honor to be able to be a woman, a Black woman, a woman of color, and fill these shoes of this amazing historical character, like legendary. She's legendary in the comics. First Black woman to lead the Avengers. Like it's so epic. So yeah, I can't wait to see how she evolves in the actual MCU.
I have to tell you, you're the second person this week to tell me that fans suggested you should play a role and then it happens. Put it out into the universe.
Here,
the Marvel universe.
Right. I claim it. Thank you. Thank you, fans. I appreciate y'all.
There's something to it. I read that you were so excited that your family had to calm you down and they were like,
chill out.
Teyonah, sit down, breathe. But something that you said really stands out to me. I mean, talk about the importance of having a superhero that looks like you, who you're representing and what audiences will get from that. Young girls who look like you too.
Right. I mean, I look at my niece, and when she reads even storybooks that are now becoming more prevalent to have characters of color and across all different race and ethnicities and religions, and I see how much she engages with those characters, and she flips the pages. She's like, that's me, every single one, no matter what they look like. But then she'll get to one that actually does look like her, and I just see her eyes light up. I cannot wait to see what how young girls like my niece, like how their world of what's possible for them, like what that will look like, and to get to see that through the eyes of my niece. I'm excited.
Yes.
Hilarious if she sees it and she's like,
she won't. You're a superhero.
In my heart, I hope she'll love it, and other young kids and babies and all of that. Like, so yeah.
You're a trailblazer. We didn't have that growing up. So, I mean, it's such an honor. Like, congratulations. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Yeah. And I mean, you're also a part of Marvel Universe. Like, how exciting is it to be a part of that? But then also just because what you're a part of with WandaVision looks wildly different from any other Marvel production. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think with Marvel, we're entering this new phase and all the different content they have, and having the space on Disney Plus to dig into stories more specifically. And it's quite apropos that we're now moving to Marvel is now moving to television, and our show WandaVision is basically an homage to American television. It goes through all the decades of American sitcoms, and each episode pays homage to that decade. And so to have that infused with the big epic Marvel world and the Marvel movies, action movies as we know them, is really wild and weird and like mysterious, and I love every bit of that, and I hope and think the fans will too.
Oh, they will. I mean, I feel like they're counting down the days. There's already this built-in fandom. They've been waiting for this. We've heard about WandaVision, and now it's actually finally here. So I know, fans are just on the edge of their seat waiting to be able to see it.
Every day with a countdown. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm glad you're excited. Yes, another day down. So I hope they love it. It's fun. It's a fun show.
I'm telling you, I loved it. It just brought back to me, it reminded me of my childhood. So I feel like this is going to bring in a lot of new viewers because of, you know, the tribute that you give to these older sitcoms of different eras. So I have to ask you, as you're traveling through and you're going through different decades and you're, you know, giving tribute to certain TV shows, which one was your favorite era and which sitcom was the favorite one that you got to pay homage to?
So this is interesting. So my favorite was the 70s, which I think y'all saw, the Brady Bunch one. But I had this conversation with my director, Matt Shackman, our writer, Jack Schaffer, and Mary Lavanos, our producer, because as we know, people of color weren't necessarily in these worlds or in these shows. They just weren't there. And so I wanted to be very specific and intentional about who I am in this space, because you can't just say like I'm different. Like even if you just look, it's different. So let's actually acknowledge the differences and deal with them. And so they were totally agreed. And so, you know, the source material I used was the Good Times. You know what I mean? Like, because that's where we existed. It's the same era, and it also works because it's like, there's so many things bumping up against each other. Like, do you belong here? Period. Does this character belong in this show? Period. Like, there's so many things. And so that was just a lot of fun for me, and how open and willing they were to say, yeah, we totally hear you. This is, let's rock with this. Let's explore this. So that was my favorite.
It's so funny that you say that, because when you're sitting in the meeting and Wanda turns over to talk to someone, and then we see you, I was like, okay, sis, in the black and white 1950s sitcom.
Yes. Like, oh, surprise!
I wasn't expecting it, but I thought it was great. I was like, okay, here's some diversity, because back in the day when you watch those films, you didn't see it unless they were working the elevator, opening the car door, right. You know, a cleaning service. So it's funny you say that, because I definitely took note of that.
Absolutely.
I do want to ask you before I let you go, what can you tell me about Captain Marvel 2 and being a part of that, and how this may connect with WandaVision?
Well, I will say I don't know how they connect. I don't. Besides me being announced to go from WandaVision to Captain Marvel 2. But what I can say is that I am really excited to work with Nia DeCosta again. We did Candyman last year. And so to reunite in the Marvel universe, and her being the first Black female to direct a film over in the MCU, so freaking awesome. And then you have Monica Rambeau, my character, who in the comics was the first Black female to lead the Avengers, along with Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. It's gonna be pretty epic. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, but how can it not be with all of those elements? So
yeah. Well, I'm so excited for you. Keep soaring. Congratulations. I can't wait to see the rest of the episodes and what you do next.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care. Be safe.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.